Often. Bob, when you look at the value of the Big 12, they're going to lose. You know that, Texas and Oklahoma. You used to negotiate contracts with the Big 12. Did you think when Bob Bowlesby reacted with the 4 new teams that would save the conference? And is it still where they're safe now, even with all the changes and thoughts about maybe a Super 2 conference?
I think the Big 12 and the Pac-12 are in very similar situations. If they can hold it together and get through this next round of television rights with a reasonable expectation for the members to, get some number of the 35 to 45 million, and then per school per year, and then hope to be able to take home a payday as a result of the college football playoff expansion at the end of this current deal, then I think you're going to be, you can stick together. Clearly, it's going to be SEC Big Ten from the financial standpoint, probably 40 to 50% more on an annual basis. But that doesn't mean that these other schools can't compete. I think as long as they have some, reasonable revenues and a clear path to a college football playoff berth, that they'll be comfortable in that type of a situation. I think the biggest mistake right now would be for people to run because, first of all, there may be nowhere for them to run to at this point. But to do that and then ultimately end up in a situation where they're, the not going to be able to compete as well as they would in the situation that they're currently in.
Who has the advantage right now, in your opinion? If there is an advantage, the Pac-12 who has a year left on their deal, or the Big 12 who has a couple of years left to maybe watch and see what happens?
Well, I think the Pac-12 has a slight advantage because their deal is being negotiated right now. Whether they came out of the exclusive window or not, I don't know. I mentioned yesterday I found it hard to believe that anybody would want to extend an exclusive window. You want to be able to talk to as many people as you can legally. So I think the Pac-12 has a slight advantage. I don't think that puts the Big 12 at a big disadvantage, though, because they're going to see what happens and will be able to react after the Big 10 deal is done, after the Pac-12 deal presumably is done, and we'll have a clear lay of the land. I think also, it's still, while the Big 12 has these schools coming, you still got to get them there, So I'd hate to see anybody bolt before they even get there. So I think, it's pretty comparable. Pac-12 might have a slight advantage only because they're a year ahead, and I don't see anybody coming to the table to the Big 12 right now to start negotiating the deal this far out, especially when you've got the Big 10 still kind of hanging out there, should be done soon, and then you've got the Pac-12 just starting up.
What